seatbelt on.
Oh, and I have to do this because everything is alleged. So everything I say is alleged. That's the key word on this right now is alleged. So I'm going to make another key word. How about I have to go back and edit this video to put in front of the video that I'm about to discuss. So yeah, let's go ahead. So the next key word is edit. Oh, I'll explain. I'll explain later on in this video.
Your hatred of me will work in my favor.
Now, I understand everyone's shit's emotional right now.
Oh, let's talk about it, people. Now, see, I was on people's lives and everything. We all talking about it. And that's no problem. We need to talk about it. But I wanted to sit back before I made any content on this and do my own research. Because I've been through similar situations. The only difference is that I'm alive. So let's roll the clip.
Out of Ohio, a man whose teenage son was killed by police is now accused of killing a sheriff's deputy in turn. Rodney Hinton is in jail in Cincinnati after he allegedly rammed his car into this officer, identified as Deputy Larry Henderson, a 33-year veteran of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, was retired, technically picked up a shift as a traffic cop for a day. It didn't turn out well. Henderson was not involved in Hinton's son's death. Tom Hansen's been following this tragic story, and we do warn you, as you may imagine, some of the footage here you're going to see is graphic.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun! On your right! On your right! He's got a gun!
2 hours after watching this body cam video of officers shooting and killing 18-year-old Ryan Hinton after a police chase, officials say his father, Rodney Hinton, got into his car and purposefully drove into a sheriff's deputy directing traffic on graduation day near the University of Cincinnati, killing him.
He was so well liked and so well known. We are so deeply saddened.
Sheriff's deputies packed a courtroom Saturday as Rodney Hinton was charged with aggravated murder. They were there in support of the fallen deputy, now identified as Larry Henderson.
I understand there is a lot of sadness and a lot of anger in this room right now.
The day before, Cincinnati police say they got a report of a stolen vehicle at this condominium complex. When officers arrived, 4 men suspected in the theft got out of the vehicle and fled. One of the men was Ryan Hinton. He was shot twice and killed by a police officer who says he pointed a gun at him.
And he felt threatened for his life, and that's why he discharged his firearm.
Investigators say they recovered this loaded gun from the scene, allegedly found in Hinton's possession. Lawyers for the family say the next day, Rodney Hinton appeared distraught watching the body cam footage with police. After the meeting, that was the last time they heard from him. The Hinton family says they are devastated for the family of the officer who was killed.
The officer was just out doing his job, directing traffic.
Now, Deputy Henderson had recently retired but continued to work as a special deputy. Rodney Hinton is being held without bond. His public defender says he has no felonies on his record, and this was an emotionally charged situation.
Execute Order 66.
Hold on. Let me sit up out my bed for this one. Because, yeah, we're going to talk about this. So you mean to tell me there was 3 officers there in an apartment complex, and all y'all have of evidence is the body cam from the shooter? Boy, does this situation sound familiar to me, and I'm gonna explain. So you mean to tell me that the only evidence that y'all can give out is the shooter, not the other 2 police officers who wore body cams? Or how about the cameras that's inside the police cars, because it looks like everything is pointed to the evidence. So what about the film from the 3 police cars? Not only that, you're in an apartment complex. I'm pretty sure they had some cameras sitting on the building somewhere. Where's that evidence?
You see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Then what's fishy about this is that when you look at the film, it stops when the officer shoots at the guy. I surely don't remember body cam stopping when an officer shoots. So please, miss me on that one. Somebody explain that to me. Then you have a screenshot of the young man picking up his gun when he was running away. I surely didn't see a gun pointed at the officer, so I'm trying to figure out where's the fear in the life. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If there was a fear in the life, you would have showed that part instead of just saying the officer was feared for his life. Make it make sense. So while y'all trying to make that make sense to me, let's hear from the lawyer. Roll the clip.
Again, we are here because we represent the estate and the police-involved shooting. We're trying to get the family some answers as it relates to what happened with that shooting. We're not here at this point to make any specific allegations, to make any specific determinations as it relates to that police-involved shooting. We are here and we're retained to investigate that shooting. So we'll take any questions.
How will that proceed? What will that look like? What will you reviewing the body camera footage, frame by frame, or talking about the process?
Absolutely. We only saw one angle. We only saw, I believe it was the shooter's body cam. So we requested the records, we requested all the other body cams, we requested the reports, we did the ordinary public records request so that we can really analyze what occurred. I mean, what we saw in the video, it's hard to determine whether or not that officer was in imminent danger or should have thought that they were in imminent danger before they took shots. So we are specifically investigating, that part of this entire tragic situation.
Mr. Wright, to the person who says Ryan was in a stolen car, had a firearm, according to detectives, and this is what happened, what do you say to that person?
That's correct, but being in a stolen car, having a firearms, we're in Ohio, so you can open carry in Ohio. So that's not a death penalty. Being in a stolen car, having a gun, that doesn't mean that you should be shot and killed.
Just to be clear, are you disputing any of the comments we've heard from the chief, any of the facts that she laid out in that press conference?
Well, I'm not familiar specifically of what facts you are indicating.
First, I'm going to start with the lawyer on this. He's absolutely correct. I'm from the state of Michigan. It's an open carry state. So I believe people are allowed to open carry. So for some people out here to say that because he had a gun, he was asking for it, get the fuck out of here. That's that old saying of, oh, black men shouldn't have a gun, but everybody else and every other group can allow to have one. That's what that is saying. We know why a lot of these gun laws are in place, and it's not just to keep guns out of young kids' hands. Let's stop it. Let's stop it, because we can go into history if you want.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Now, I'm not siding with the father, because two wrongs don't make a right, but I do understand his mentality if that's the only clip y'all gave him. Seems like not only were y'all trying to cover your ass by giving them half-ass of a fucking clip, but you also tried to trigger the father to make him do the things that he did. Any father would have done it, don't matter what color you are. And if you're not a father, you really don't have no say-so in this shit. Not only that, if you're one that's sitting there saying, I would have did something differently, oh, okay, well, let's let that incident happen to your child and let's see how you react. And that's the only information that you get. Not everybody's going to be the same. So you're telling me that's the only clip that y'all going to give the lawyer and that family, and you're not going to give them the rest of the clip? So why are y'all holding on to the evidence? Don't tell me that you're waiting on the court time. You gave out one clip, you can give out the rest. So where's the rest?
But wait, there's more.
And here's my other advice to the lawyer. I've been through the situation before, different scenario, but the same situation. You need to press them people and tell them to give you the evidence right now. Not no waiting, no 24, 48 hours, 72 hours. You're giving them enough time to go back and edit the clip. That's exactly what's going on. And with AI, oh, they can definitely do it. They can definitely change his body and have him looking back and looking like he's aiming at the police officer. You're giving them time to do it. And if you don't think that can happen, and you don't think they have the technology to do it, they've been had technology to do this AI crap. Should I give you a clip or example of how they do it? Roll a clip.
Freeze in digital memory. Activate traveling map. Tony, this better work, pal, or you'll be a digital memory.
Take it easy, Damon. We're loading Richard's image onto the database, and when he's mapped onto the stunt double, you'll never know the difference. All right, boys. Let's see you dance.
Sensational. I love it.
And you want to know why this scenario sounds familiar to me? Because I was so-called drunk driving because I was a truck driver that was driving 24 hours and was tired and fell asleep at the wheel. And because they saw an empty can in the back, they wanted to say that I was drunk driving, in which I passed every breathalyzer test, I passed every road test, and they still locked me up. And they came with 2 clips of body cams from 12 squad cars, 12 police officers, and I think it was about 4 cameras that was inside the jail too. But they couldn't get us all that film. They only could get us 2 body cam films. So that's why this shit is familiar to me. Oh yeah, and I beat that case. Just to let you know. And then what's funny is that you edited those 2 videos that you gave me and my lawyer. That's why we won. Because you tried to fabricate the case. And it's so funny because I had every evidence to back me up. I had my time sheet from me driving. I had me from getting off of work. I had evidence that I was running my own business, and it kept me up 24 hours. No, I didn't drive for 24 hours. I drove the legal. I drove for 12 hours. So before y'all even get up there and talk about, oh, you broke the law because you drove over 24 hours, shut your ass up. You don't know everything. You wasn't with me.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Exactly. So is this the reason why you're holding on to all the other body cam videos, the cop car camera videos, maybe the apartment complex videos? Or what you gonna say, the apartment complex didn't have any cameras? So I need all my people, the people of Cincinnati, I need everybody to figure out who this lawyer is and get on top of his fucking head and getting this fucking evidence. Cause something don't seem right. And I need y'all to make it make sense to me and everybody else. And we all know that the bad apples in the YT community, we know some of y'all are still pissed off because of the shit that happened a month ago and y'all was put on blast, and you're mad because my people stood up for themselves. And when y'all trying to clean up the police department because y'all know y'all could have did more. Roll the clip.
People from the historically black Lincoln Heights community were quick to tell a group of people waving swastika flags on that overpass over I-75 that they are not welcome here. In fact, that black blob on the concrete right over there is the charred remnants of one of those flags burned to a crisp. Waving swastika flags, some armed with rifles. Eric Ruffin took this video of a group of apparent Nazis in Lincoln Heights where he says they called him the N-word.
Officially letting you know there is racism in America. This is absolutely ridiculous that I got to deal with this.
Other videos show counter-protesters breaking through a police line to confront them. The group that eventually grew to more than 100 took a swastika emblazoned flag and set it aflame, leaving just this blob. Charlene Evans helped set it on fire.
In this neighborhood, we do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
Don't have time for your crazy bullcrap.
It's gonna be trouble. Yeah, so we know what this is about also. So I want to ask this question. Why are the police department hiding this officer who made the shot? Why hasn't he come out and clarified exactly what is going on? It's happened before. Why all of a sudden it's not happening now? And due to history, we know y'all have a lot of these guys that are in the police departments. So I wonder, did y'all do a thorough background check of a lot of your police officers? No, I don't think that's happening a lot. Or maybe there's some people that's at higher top that can also let their people in and they don't have to go through background checks. Is that what's going on? Please tell me, Cincinnati. I need to know. Make it make sense. So since I have to say this is alleged for the time being, I need y'all to get out all the evidence, all the video cameras, all the recordings, everything. Because y'all not making sense right now. So now that we're done talking about that, let's go ahead. We're going to have to call them out. You know who I'm talking about. We're going to have to call out them raccoons. Yep, let's go ahead and do it. So go to part 2 of this video. It'll be posted up. We're going to talk about them too. Might as well go ahead and call them all out.